Hello, everyone. Welcome. Happy Libra New Moon. So, this new moon in Libra is an invitation to rise above the stress, the overwhelm, the things that trigger you in life, and to return to a space of peace, of harmony, of enjoying the simple pleasures of this world, of enjoying the beauty of our world. So, I want you to remember this as we go throughout the different aspects and cosmic energies that are at play right now. That at the heart, it's about returning to a space of peace and a space of harmony. So when I first started studying these new moon charts, it was so interesting. I kept having in my head that it was like a full moon. I mean, obviously I knew it was a new moon, but the energies around it really felt like a full moon, like it was the sense of culmination. Like a lot of themes that have been surfacing for you throughout this year are almost like coming to a head at this time. So it is this underlying energy of like a full moon. However, it is a new moon. We have the sun conjunct the moon in the sign of Libra, which makes it a new moon. And that really changes how these energies play out. And it really does turn it into this time of a new beginning and a new chapter that is opening up and unfolding for you. So when you join me today, say hi. You know I love to welcome you in. And I also invite you to share your new moon intentions. What are you creating in this powerful new moon energy? I always bring them with me as well into my new moon ritual. So feel free to share here. Know that it is that loving, safe space to share, and I will hold your vision in my heart and take it with me in that new moon ceremony. Hello, Kim. Happy new moon. Hello, Roni. Hello, Andrea. Great to have you here. Panos, I'm not sure if I'm saying your name right, but greetings. Joining from Greece. I love it. So also before we dive into more of the energies at play around this new moon, I want to let you know that next week I'm doing a free mini series called Soul Aligned Business Expansion, and it's going to share with you the energetics as well as the strategy for elevating your business. So if you are a spiritual entrepreneur, a light worker and healer, and you want to learn more about the energetic blueprint of your business and how connecting with that energy can really help you magnetize more soulmate clients and just feel confident in sharing your soul gifts with the world, this will be supportive. It's a free mini series. It's going to be so value packed and totally worth joining if you're ready to level up your business and you're interested in combining work with like energetics and the strategy component. So just reach out and send me a message if you want in on that, and just say, I want in on your free mini series, Soul Aligned Business Expansion, and I'll send you the link where you can join. All right, so back to this new moon energy. So this new moon is happening in the sign of Libra, and we are still in Libra season right now. So meaning we have the sun and the moon both in the sign of Libra. So regardless of whether or not you are a Libra or what planets you have in Libra in your birth chart, we are all experiencing this energy right now. So it's really helpful to get a deeper understanding of what this archetype of Libra represents and what the energy means for our life. So Libra is all about relationships. It is where we see the turning point in the astrological chart from a focus on the self and our family and cultivating a sense of confidence and strength, and we begin to move into forming harmonious relationships. So we take the focus off of just ourselves and we place them on relationships, which can be romantic, they can be with our colleagues, they can be work partnerships. It really places the spotlight on that. And really interesting too, relationships are really coming into the spotlight with this new moon, and you may find where there's points of tension at play in your relationships right now, or where you're in certain partnerships where you're not feeling that flow of energy, or you're not experiencing the balance that you would like. Libra is all about balance, and balance on many different levels. So a sense of balance in relationships where it feels like we can be confident in sharing who we are and what we need, but also where we are receptive to the other person's needs in relationships. So anywhere, this could be like, again, a work relationship, a romantic relationship where you feel that balance is not at play, you're going to really notice that right now. Libra energy seeks to restore balance. So it's a really good time to look at how you're showing up in those relationships, where maybe healthier boundaries need to be put in place, where maybe there's a codependency at play, and really bringing a sense of balance and harmony and mutual respect into all your relationships. So Libra representing balance isn't just expressed through our relationships, although that's a big part of it, but it also embodies the divine masculine and feminine energies in a beautiful way. So it really invites us to look at how we are working with these energies within ourselves. So the masculine is where we stand confidently in who we are, where we feel grounded in our personal power, where we have the ability to ask for what we want, to like take a stand for what we want in life. And the feminine energy of allowing ourselves to receive the efforts of our work, allowing ourselves to be in more flow and more harmony. So we're looking at balancing both of those energies now. Where have we maybe been working too much and we're burning ourselves out, and we're really called just to step back and recharge and relax a little bit? Or where have we been too much on the other side, where we know there's things that need to be done, there's things we want to do, there's goals we have, and we've been holding back and we've been slacking on them? This is a time where that can really come into our awareness and we find a greater sense of balance there. So if you're just joining now, say hello. I will welcome you in. Hi, Andrea. How are you? Oh, you launched your Sovereign Souls Collective Community. I love that name. Beautiful. Intention for success. I love that. Beautiful time. Any time we're like launching something with the new moon energy, it's just so supportive. Hello, Misty. Decluttering and clearing out the old. Beautiful. Hello, Dad. Hello, Anne and Kimberly. Your birthday is coming up. Well, happy solar return. Happy early birthday. So great to have you, Lisa. So fun to have you here always. Leaving the old dynamic behind me more and more. Less going back and forth. Yeah. And you know what? That can really come to play with the Libra energy too, right? It's the scale. So we're finding that balance, and it's like it takes some time, right? To find that groove. Hello, Wanda. Happy new moon. So also with this Libra energy, just looking at the Libra energy, it is ruled by Venus. And that's where I say right now, we want to return to the simple pleasures of life. There's a lot of play at this new moon that can really bring our triggers up. That can cause this sense of tension, this sense of stress. But at the heart, it's like, come back to a feeling of joy. Come back to a feeling that you are so supported, you are so loved, and look for the things to be grateful for. Cultivate beauty in your surroundings. Venus is the divine feminine energy. It is the goddess of love, of beauty, of prosperity. So just looking at surrounding yourself with beautiful things in your home, going for nature walks, just really sinking into this deep level of appreciation and nurturing yourself and caring for yourself. If you work with this new moon energy in that way, you'll be able to rise above any of those feelings of tension and overwhelm that may be surfacing. So opposite this beautiful Libra new moon, we have Mars in the sign of Aries. And Mars is our life force energy. Mars is what drives us to take action, to get out there, to get things done in the world. And in your birth chart, which is your divine soul blueprint, the zodiac placement of Mars, as well as the house that it's in, really shows how you use your energy in the world, how your energy is directed. And it can reveal a lot about your unique style of manifesting. So collectively right now, Mars is in the sign of Aries, which is its home placement. So it is very strong and is very powerful in the sign. It is like the warrior energy of getting out there, getting things done, rising above obstacles, just this unstoppable force of energy that doesn't let anything hold it back. And it's been in Aries for a really long time, especially with this retrograde. Like we have been experiencing this energy for months now. This energy of wanting to move forward, this energy of really wanting to get things done. Now, right now, we are in the midst of Mars retrograde. So Mars retrograde is where we are actually invited to turn inward a little bit more. But Mars retrograde in the sign of Aries is still very fiery. It's still very fierce. It still wants to move forward and get things done. So the feeling you may be having is like this feeling of pressure or tension, where a part of you is like, I'm ready to move forward. I'm ready. It should be accomplished by now, right? Like I'm ready for all these things to flow into my experience. I'm ready to like get this done. And then another part of you that may just be feeling burnt out and tired and is like, I need to rest. I need to relax. I need to step back a little bit. So it's a really interesting dynamic that's being highlighted with this new moon. And that's where I say there can be this feeling of old triggers coming up, old triggers coming into your awareness, of feeling of tension. And your job, the work, is to return to calmness. Return to peace, to come back home to you and not get pulled into the old dynamics, right? The old patterns, the old way of showing up. Don't let stress and your mind be the controller of your life. Be more powerful than that. I always say vibrate higher. When I feel myself really getting pulled into a space of drama or a space of overwhelm, I just affirm to myself, I choose to vibrate higher. I choose to rise above this. And that invitation is always there. We can always choose to vibrate higher. We can always choose to rise above it. We can always choose to not get pulled into the drama and our triggers, and to instead choose love. Choose joy, choose beauty. And that invitation is there so, so strongly at this new moon. So let me know if this is resonating. And also, if you know someone in your life who you know is an astrology lover or could benefit from this information, feel free to share this video out. I love to get this information out there, especially as we approach eclipse season. And I know this really is a powerful new moon, and a lot of us have gone through so many like transformations this year. Like it's just, it's a year of change. It's a year of ascension, where we're seeing a lot that isn't at this new frequency that we are stepping into. We're seeing it being not sustained, right? We're seeing it fall away. It's major, major transformation right now. So also how this dynamic and this energy can play out with Mars and Aries opposing this new moon energy is kind of this polar, this tension in certain relationships as well, where you may feel you have a way of doing things, you want it to look this way, but then the other person in the relationship has their own agenda, as we do, right? Or has their own plan. So it's like this opposition is that tension, it's that pull in energy. And that's why we go back to what's the invitation of this Libra new moon? Find a greater sense of harmony and balance. Find as much as we can win-win situations. Be able to see things from another person's perspective. Your perspective is so valuable. It is so important. And it's also super helpful when we're able to see things through new eyes. When we're able to see things through someone else's lens of the world, which can ultimately bring about that peace and harmony that I think we all crave in our relationships, and especially during Libra season. So this Mars retrograde has definitely been an interesting time, and again, where it's just like directly interacting with this new moon energy. So important to rise up, to vibrate higher. Let me check some of these comments. Thank you, Misty. Love the background. Yes. I was just thinking I'm going to change it up soon. I really love this background too, but when I'm doing videos a lot, it's like, oh, I get tired of it. I'm ready for something new, ready for a change. Robin, love your insights. Thank you so much. Katie, yes, it resonates. This whole Mars retrograde has been really beautiful for me. I love that. Yes. We can always work with the energies of the planets in the highest expression, or we can fall into more of the shadow aspects as well. So this Mars retrograde can really be a time to recharge our energy and to become aware of where we are trying to use action alone to get things done. Because if we're just trying to use action alone, that's when we get burned out. When we're trying to rely on our human strength alone instead of being in this co-creative dance with the universe, we burn out, we become exhausted. So we really want to look at leveraging the power of our energy, the power of our frequency. Remember, the archetypal energy of Mars is the male energy, and it is our drive, it is our life force. But it's not, the shadow side is we're going, and we're just taking all this action, but we're actually not grounded. We're not centered. We're not fully in our power. But when we can come back to really being grounded and centered in our power, we build momentum. And I would say that's the best way we can work with this Mars retrograde, which we are in the middle of, is to really look at how am I using my life force energy? How am I directing it? So when I have a desire and I have a goal, am I trying to just take action to accomplish it? Or am I realizing that my alignment is really key as well? Feeling rested, feeling strong, feeling healthy, feeling powerful, believing in myself, believing what is possible. That is so important. That's really what gives us the energy to continue to persevere and accomplish things in our life. So we really want to look at how we are using the energy, leverage the power of your energy and your frequency in conscious ways where you are aware, and you're also aware of the things that drain your energy. And this can be the thoughts that you entertain, the beliefs that you entertain that just like suck that life force energy out of you, and return back to the space of replenishing yourself, nurturing yourself, so you have that momentum that's really there for us right now. Even with the Mars retrograde, there's a lot of momentum we can build. Robin, I don't know my birth chart. Where's the best resource to get one? So Robin, you can reach out and I can give you details on that. There's also a couple sites online like astro.com where you can get your birth chart. Now, reading the chart is a whole different thing because it is just a lot of symbols and stuff. So this information that I'm sharing is going to be applicable and relevant to you regardless of your birth chart. Now, I always say like knowing your birth chart, which is your divine soul blueprint, that helps you go a step further with all of it. Because if you know where Libra is in your chart, you know where this new beginning is happening. You have deeper insight into where you are called to find this balance. So absolutely knowing our birth chart is so key. And at the same time, you'll still be able to benefit just from this information here, even if you don't know your exact chart. I'm just reading some of these questions that I missed. Roni, isn't Mercury also retrograde? Yes, I'm going to speak about that too. Since you asked the question here, I might as well speak about it now because Mercury is retrograde. We've got Mars retrograde and we have Mercury retrograde. So Mercury is the communication planet. It also governs local travel, and that's why when Mercury retrogrades, I was going to say people joke about tech mishaps, but they can be a real thing. We are asked to be really cautious in Mercury retrograde in terms of what we are signing, what we are agreeing to, really looking over contracts in more detail, just double checking things, right? Really being alert. But also the way I like to work with Mercury retrograde is in the highest expression. So I see it as so much deeper than, oh, there may be a miscommunication here or a misunderstanding. It's actually a time to really go inward and look at our beliefs, look at our thought patterns, integrate the knowledge we already have. It's a time of integration. And this Mercury retrograde is happening in the sign of Scorpio. And I feel in many ways it's like setting the stage for Scorpio season. So a few days after this new moon in Libra, we're going to enter Scorpio season. So this has already been a year of like major transformation, major change, and there is more coming. We are moving into eclipse season. We are moving into Scorpio season. Scorpio is the energy of the Phoenix rising, the death, the birth, the regeneration. So we're still stepping into a lot of that energy right now. And I feel this Mercury retrograding in Scorpio is kind of setting the stage for that. Like it is really connecting you back to your intuition in a really powerful way. Like trust your instincts right now. Trust where they are guiding you. It's going to be so, so strong. And you're also going to have deeper levels of awareness of those subconscious programs and patterns that are at play. Now, this is always when Mercury is retrograde, but this is amplified when Mercury is retrograding in the sign of Scorpio. This deeper insight into those subconscious programs and patterns that are at play in your life. And when you become aware, you can then ask, is this in my highest and best good? Is this program that I've been playing, the story that I'm attached to, is it serving me or is it not? And if it's not, we get to release it. We get to detach from it. That's why I think I titled this video, Detaching from Our Triggers, right? We get to detach from those stories, those triggers, the stress in our life, the things that are not serving us, and we get to align to our infinite self, to our higher self. And remember, the focus focus of this new moon, coming back to those simple pleasures, coming back to more harmony and peace, not getting pulled into the drama and into the chaos. Katie, it's life-changing. My Libra is in the second house. It is life-changing knowing our chart. It helps make sense of so many things. It puts the puzzle pieces together for us. Ooh, in the second house, I love it. Could be some new work opportunities or income coming in, and definitely looking at core values, I would say, especially where you have Libra there, really powerful. Misty, I've been feeling a death in my ego, Mercury retrograde through my 12th house. Oh, powerful, Misty. Wow, yeah, Mercury retrograding in Scorpio in your 12th house. Absolutely, it would be rising above the ego and just connecting more into who you are on a spiritual level, right? Who that higher self is. And of course, we're still here in these human bodies, and I feel that's a beautiful thing. And I think Libra is a sign that really celebrates that too. We want to honor our physical bodies. We want to honor that we are here on planet Earth and that we get to have these experiences and the universe gets to be expressed through us. That is something to be celebrated. That is something to be honored. And then at the same time, we want to be aware of where the ego is keeping us trapped, where the ego is telling us stories about ourselves and the world that are actually not serving us, and they're not liberating us, and they're not helping us step into what our soul path and karma is. And being able to rise above that is so powerful and so helpful. So if you're just jumping in now, say hi, and I would love to welcome you in, and I would love to hear what your new moon intentions are so I can lovingly hold that space for you. So another powerful aspect that's at play with this new moon, and when I say aspect, I'm just talking about how the planets are like communicating with one another, the flow of energy between the planets. So we also have what is known as a square aspect between the moon and Saturn and Pluto. So this also may bring in a feeling of tension that we get to rise above and we get to transcend. So Saturn has played a really big role this year. It is wrapping up a 3-year journey in the sign of Capricorn. In December, it is getting ready to move into Aquarius. So you are also bringing closure to like a path and journey you have been on these past 3 years. And right now, I feel like we are really looking at, okay, how far I have come, like what I have learned, where I desire to now go. We are integrating a lot. We are closing a chapter in our life and we are opening a new one, especially where Saturn and Pluto, they're conjunct, they're still considered conjunct at this time and have been throughout this year for most of it. It really is like collectively a breakdown of the systems and structures and ways of thinking that are not part of where we are ascending to, that are not part of where we are going as a planet. We're seeing like a breakdown of those systems, and we're seeing like new paradigms really emerging. And this cosmic energy is really a big part of that, of what we are feeling and experiencing. Pluto is the planet that rules Scorpio. It is the planet of deep inner transformation. It is an unstoppable energy. It is the planet where we see like the death of our ego and we rise into where we are actually being called to be this lifetime. We rise into who we are and our highest potential. So not only are we seeing that happening collectively right now, we are also seeing this happen in our own life. And let me know if you resonate with that. This feeling like you're in a whole new place, a whole new chapter, a whole new way of being and showing up in the world. Like this is just a whole new energy that we are really stepping into, right? And that we are experiencing right now. And it is like that energy of this rebirth. And again, transformation is still coming, and I really encourage you to embrace the energy of change. Like this is not something to fear in your life. Like the change is a part of life. It's something to embrace and to really be in the energy of what if everything's coming together? What if things actually work out even better than I could have imagined or even expected? Be in that energy of excitement and see how that unfolds in your world. Because this aspect in the highest expression can really show you where you are invited to create that really solid, strong foundation for your life that is going to support you in just flourishing. And that's going to support you in really following your soul path, manifesting your desires, and like where there may be things that need to be strengthened or systems that need to be in place or things you can do to help strengthen that foundation for your business, for your relationships, for your health, where that needs to be strengthened so you can fully thrive. So when we work with Saturn in the highest expression, I've actually like really come to love this energy of Saturn when I learn how to work with it and appreciate that the universe and the planets, they're always working to support us. They are not working against us. And when we trust that and we surrender to that, then we can allow ourselves to go through even what may be perceived by our mind as a challenge or an obstacle, and we can still feel so much support and love from the universe, and we can still know that everything's actually coming together. All the pieces are coming together perfectly. Katie, yes, I hope in the best way. I have my Mercury, Mars, and Venus in the 8th house. Wow, powerful. Oh my goodness, you're all about the Phoenix rising energy, right? That's a lot of depth there. I love that. Really, really beautiful. All right, so to kind of sum up all of this energy, I would say this can be a time where we can have profound insights into what we are ready to now step into and what we are ready to now release in our life. We really are getting greater clarity around where our path is leading us right now and deeper insight into what can no longer come on that journey. And this has been building up for a while. I've been talking about this in many of my videos, and I feel this new moon is really beginning to like bring some clarity around that, the direction that we are going, and giving us the confidence to embrace that and step into it. So set your intentions, really feel into how you can cultivate a deeper sense of peace, of harmony, of balance, of love, of enjoying the daily pleasures in life, of nourishing your spirit. And when you feel yourself being triggered by external circumstances, people outside of you, things not going maybe the way you planned, I find we always have an idea of how we want things to go or play out, right? And then the universe always has a bigger, better plan because it sees the bigger picture. It sees things that our human mind can't always see, and it's connected to that. So when we trust that, we will be led in the right direction, and we just have to trust that. We have to have faith in that. So set those intentions, return to the simple daily pleasures in your life, make them a priority, care for yourself, nourish your body, and trust you are so supported and loved. And if you haven't already signed up for my free mini series on soul aligned business expansion, which I am creating to help other healers and light workers share their work with the world right now, because I do think we're entering a new paradigm of business where more light workers and healers are stepping up, and we're seeing the value of spiritual knowledge. We're seeing the value of these healing tools, and we're learning to receive abundantly for our work in the world. I love helping other light workers do that, see the value in what they have to offer, receive abundantly for their soul gifts and their work. And in this free mini series, I'm going to be going more into depth around that, both the energetics as well as the strategies for elevating your business and getting your healing gifts out into the world. So send me a message if you want to sign up for that. And also if you just want to learn more about the astrological offers that I have that can support you in better knowing your birth chart, your divine soul blueprint, reach out and I can chat with you about that and share the different options there too. Katie, trust, 100%. Yeah, all about the trust, right? The more we trust in the universe, the more we relax and we feel at ease, and our ego isn't fighting against the flow of the universe, right? It's like we allow ourselves to surrender and go with it. All right, I am sending so much love and light to you all. Happy new moon. Enjoy these energies, and I will see you all very soon. Bye for now.